Welcome to Bachelor Happy Hour's Golden Hour. We're back. Thanks again for joining us.
If you have not listened to our episode from Wednesday yet, you really missed out. And you should go check it out. We had Demi Burnett on with us. And oh my gosh, Susan, is she the most fun? She's Barbie. You're
She's
right.
Barbie. I'm
She's
telling
Barbie.
you, I love that kid.
I
And you
gotta
know
say-
what? She was very open about everything.
You know her.
Yes.
And I only had talked with her on the phone a few times. But first of all, I got to say it again. I said it about Kelsey.
There you go.
The gorgeous hair. They have the most gorgeous hair. Her hair is
this generation, I'm telling you.
I'm telling you, I don't know what's in the water, but anyway, but no, she's so open about, talking about being celibate and not dating and autism.
And sober.
Sober. Any one of those things would be incredibly life-changing. But the fact that she has so much energy and is so open to talking about those things, what a great, interesting person she
A
is.
29-year-old that went through a lot and came out on top, and she knows herself now. She knows her limits, you know, and really she's not really open to exploring anybody else right now. She's just doing her. And
she's
kudos
happy.
to her.
And I was,
I'm proud.
I was amazed. She talked. I don't know the background. I don't need to, but just rolled off her tongue. Well, my relationship with my mother now. She got out of prison this time. Just she's so.
And she won't take advice from her.
Yeah, that was funny. What did she say? She's married. She's been married 4 times, and this guy and that guy.
She just gets in bad places when she's with men. Oh my God. Well. Today, we're answering more of our fan questions, and we're so excited to get into these.
Yes, and don't forget, if you have a question for Susan and me, please send them in. All you have to do is go to bachelornation.com/golden hour. We love answering these questions, and we always have a thought or two, don't we, Susan?
Oh, indeed we do. All right, Kathy, before we get into those questions, let's get started with today's question of the day.
All right.
So today's topic for discussion. Do you think it's okay to have a serious celebrity hall pass in a relationship? What? No.
No.
Wow.
No. I don't think you get a hall pass in any relationship.
No. What does that even mean? Oh, okay. Go have a ball today and I'll see you tomorrow. And we'll go right back to normal. I don't think so.
I don't
think so.
I don't. I really think
hall
that
pass means what I think it means, right?
I think it means any behavior is okay, not just sexual behavior. I think it means any kind of behavior is okay because you get a hall pass because you're a celebrity. And I'm like, no.
No, absolutely not.
Susan,
That's an
does
easy
it bother? Wait a minute. Is it scaring you that you and I agree so much?
No, I don't get scared of that. I like it when you agree with me.
Oh gosh! All right. Well, let's get on to our fan questions because we have some great ones here.
Okay,
let's start
great.
with Sydney. Okay. Sydney asks, "Hi, Susan and Kathy. Absolutely loving the podcast. Thank you for sharing your beautiful friendship with all of us. I was wondering, when do you think it is the appropriate time to discuss your dating history with someone you are seeing? Or do you have to say anything at all? I'm in my mid-20s and have had very limited dating experience because of personal choices and putting my education first. There have been multiple occasions where I share this with someone and the response is not positive. It feels like looking for a first-time job. Any advice is appreciated. Thanks so much." What do you think?
People judged him because he put his education first. That would attract me even more.
Well, I don't know.
You
if
have a good
Sydney's
head on your shoulders.
Yeah, Sydney may be a girl. I don't know that. I think that may be a girl, but
I beg your pardon. Okay.
Well, I don't know. It could be either actually, but I just assumed. But I think.
Well, that would make a difference, wouldn't it, Kathy?
I think
because men would appreciate a woman that chose. But women would judge men, right? Oh, God.
Yeah,
I wish I knew who Sydney was.
Sydney, let us know.
Are you a female or
Sydney,
a male?
we need pronouns now.
Yes,
he, she, her, them, they.
Yes.
We need a pronoun here.
Yep.
Here's what I think, though. I have known people, like my sister, she'll kill me if she hears this. She was married to a guy. They're now divorced, and she wanted to know about his dating history, and he did not want to tell her. And he said, life starts today with us. He didn't want to hear her dating past. She really wanted to know his dating past. So I kind of think it depends on the couple. I'm not exactly sure why it matters. I guess that's my question. Why does your dating history matter?
So I don't know that we need details of anyone's backstory, but maybe you're having a conversation like, when was your last relationship? Like, I don't want to be somebody's rebound person. So I would kind of want to know, or did you just jump out last week and here I am? You know what I mean?
I wish I'd asked that. That's a good lesson.
Well, yeah.
This almost sounds like the person is, I don't want to get in this relationship if you haven't had is there something wrong with you that you haven't had a lot of that? Which I don't like that. I don't like that.
The reason that they just told us was because they were educated. They were following their education.
Susan, I don't care if they were sitting in a corner sucking their thumb. What does it matter what they were doing with their time?
You know that saying, it's a red flag. Oh, there's a guy, he's 60, he's never been married. Red flag. They go,
yeah, but
why?
this girl's 20. She's 23. Or this guy, they're 23, 24. I mean, honestly, I think that is absurd that anyone would say, well, you're 24 and you haven't had 5 boyfriends and six deep relationships by the time you're 24. I don't get that, but maybe it's because we're old.
She said the response is not positive. It feels like looking for a first-time job. Tell them it's none of your damn business what I've done.
But I wonder why. Don't you want to know why they're asking?
I don't get it.
And that's what I'm saying. It's like, if you're a member of this club, I don't want, who wants to be a member of the club you're a member of kind of thing. Like, who cares? But I think women want to know more than men. Do you agree with that? I think women want to know men's past more than men want to know women's past.
Yeah, because men just want to pretend nothing happened.
Yeah, men want to believe they're the first one you've ever gotten in bed with.
At this age.
You were a virgin. You're a virgin at 50. That's right. I've never dated anyone. I'm so glad I met you. Please get a life.
Honey, don't worry about it. Be you. Be you. And the right person isn't going to worry about that. Right?
Yeah. I think that's
okay, this
much
one's
ado about
from
nothing.
Anonymous. Hi, I am 66 years old. I'm a widow, and I met a 70-year-old widower. And we have been together for the last 10 years. We met when I was 55, and I felt so lucky to find love at that age. You are, and I'm happy for you.
Yeah, no
I was
kidding.
a lot thinner then. I have been trying to lose weight, but found out I have a fatty liver and nodules on my thyroid. So I have been eating clean and working out, but I haven't been able to lose weight, enough weight. And I feel like he is no longer attracted to me. Since I have put on this weight, I am so disappointed in this relationship, and I think I may need to end it. I hate the thought of starting over with someone new, and I do feel like I am still attracted to him, and I do care for him, but I want to go back to the way it was. And it just isn't getting there. Whenever I say I'm not happy, he says, well, find someone else. So I guess I need to do just that. He also developed throat cancer and is getting treatment for it. And I also don't feel right about leaving him while he is going through this. I'm in a tough spot. What would you do? Thanks. Love you, gals. Oh, God.
A lot to unpack there.
You think?
Again, so many questions. I mean, a fatty, all her health issues. I don't know. I know that you can't, and you shouldn't. No one should be fat shaming her.
So wait, before we even get there, they love each other, and she put on weight, so that's going to make him not love her anymore.
I have
That's
dated
terrible.
guys, Susan, I have dated men who say they like dating me because I'm thin. They don't want to date fat women. I've had a man tell me that.
Well, that's funny you're saying that. Wasn't too long ago, and I quote, You can never be too rich, too tan, or too thin.
Who said that?
I won't say a name, but yeah.
Okay, since I just had 4 things burned off my face, trust me, you can be too tan. I don't know. I think that she's got some issues here. Forgive me, Anonymous, but I feel like I get to weigh in on this, no pun intended, because I used to weigh 200 pounds. So I know that I struggled with how I felt and other people saw me. And I think you are struggling a little bit with your weight yourself. And all I can tell you is forget the guy for a minute. If you are uncomfortable the way you look, if it bothers you.
I don't see here what he has done. She's assuming he is no longer
That's why I said
attracted. It's her thing. Yes.
I think it's more about her. And we don't know if their sex life has deteriorated, if it was ever there. But having been in her shoes for a different reason, I'm guessing that she is attracted to him, but she probably feels she is not attractive to him.
She's not happy with herself.
She's not happy with herself.
She says, whenever I say I'm not happy, he said, well, find someone else. So I guess I need to do that. That was a odd thing. Well, go find somebody else. But is she walking around going, I'm not happy. I'm just not. You're not happy with yourself.
That's what I just said.
You need to do a self-check. Because if you're not 100%, then you can't give 100%.
That's right. And if you're unhappy with yourself, you can't blame it on the other person. Right. And I feel for you that you've gained the weight and you've lost some of your confidence, but deal with the issue at hand. Make yourself feel better about who you are. Because, Anonymous, if you are looking for him to make you happy, I don't care if you're 5, 15, or 55.
You got to be happy yourself.
You got to be happy with yourself.
From their first steps to their first recital, it all...
Bring a friend or come by yourself. Just at RCU.
Out of context for you. My dad... Okay, let's move on to our last question here.
Certificate 525. Early withdrawal penalties could reduce earnings in principal. APY accurate as of 6/10/24. Insured by NCUA.
Okay, let's move on to our last question here. Susan and Kathy, love the show and love all of your great advice. It got me thinking about my own situation, and I thought it would pop in to see what you have for me. A lot of context for you. My dad and I haven't always had the closest relationship, but have gotten closer over the last decade since having my own kids. Recently, he got married for a 3rd time without telling me or my sister and expected us to be happy for him. While we expressed our congratulations, we both followed that with the question, "Did you get a prenup?" When he scoffed and told us, "Of course not," we almost lost our minds. My dad has always worked very hard for what he has and went through 2 divorces in his life, including from my own mom. His late father, my dear Papa, always taught him what it meant to leave a legacy for the next generation. The entire family is on the same page about his second wife having taken advantage of him, but he claims this time it's different. Soon after the surprise wedding, he presented my sister and me with his will. It basically states that if he dies before his now wife, we are to make sure she gets everything. We only found out he was dating this woman the day of my papa's funeral less than 3 years ago. She claims she is not with my dad for his money, but has liberally redecorated my entire childhood home and has made some large purchases. And she doesn't work either. I have done my best to come to terms with the situation to give myself some peace. My question is, do I have any right, or am I crazy for feeling betrayed and backhanded by my dad for his decision? I don't want to come off as entitled, but my papa would be rolling in his grave if he knew what my dad did to his granddaughters. She's got kids of her own that everything would be passed down to, and from what I know, they don't have a very good relationship at all. Thanks for bearing with my long-winded question. What do you think, Susan?
Oh, my God. That's a lot. Well... I mean, it's
this
one
happens.
thing for a man to want to take care of his wife, the woman he loves, but that's your family. I mean, they're his, yeah.
Wait, so you're agreeing that there should have been a prenup?
Yeah.
Okay, so I have a different
I mean, did
take
you
on
get a
this here.
when he scuffed and told us, of course
I think he made there is.
not.
I
He's
think
being
he
an
made
idiot.
that's that. No one's arguing that.
Yeah.
He can do whatever he wants to do. He earned the money. He can burn it. He can give it away. I think he's clearly dated this woman 3 years. So, if she's a gold digger, she's waited 3 years.
And
I
the
think,
part that she redecorated, that's her home now. Why
Yeah,
not?
it's her home.
I don't fault that.
I think the deal is, I don't blame you for being upset.
Yes.
Anonymous, that he didn't tell you. I think that's sad for the family connection that, you and your sister were not told about the wedding. Clearly your dad, moves from woman to woman because he's been married, 3 times?
3 times.
Yeah.
Well, I don't judge him for that.
I don't,
Shit
no.
happens.
I'm saying he hasn't found what he wanted. So but the bottom line here is it's his money. He earned it. And I think that the daughter who's writing this, Anonymous, I think that if your dad had no money, you wouldn't be having the issue. I think the issue would be centered around that you didn't get a chance to meet her, go to the wedding, whatever, you didn't know. But for you, it's centered around the money because you want it. And I'm not.
Well, she wants it for her girls, his granddaughters.
But you know what? Go earn your own money. He earned it. He can do. I know that's not a popular thought. And in my own case, with my husband passing away and he worked very hard for his money. Mm-hmm. And so I want to leave our children some money.
And your grandchildren.
But I have to live, right?
Right.
But this guy, Anonymous's dad, this is a different situation. He divorced your mom, and that's really sad. Mm-hmm. But he has met this woman and says it's different. And I say whether it's different or not different, it's his money, his choice. And I'll tell you something else.
Yeah, she's got to stay out of it.
She's got to stay out of it.
But maybe have a conversation with your dad. Like,
what are you going to say?
Especially if there's a lot of money. Like, Dad, what about my kids? What about... Yeah.
Well, I think she could do that.
Mm-hmm.
She didn't. The question I had was, she says something about the will. It makes it sound like the kids are the executor or something, and they want her to make. He wants the kids to make sure his wife gets taken care of for life. I would say Anonymous, if he doesn't have it in his
all, didn't she?
He said that. She said that. He wants to make sure that she is taken care of. And so I'm thinking,
okay. Then that's fair. And that's his wife. Make sure you take care of her too.
Well, that's the question.
Not you, but her as well. That's what it sounds like, right?
Yeah. Well, money has
and whether
broken
she
apart.
works or not is none of her business.
Yeah. Money has broken apart more than one family.
Oh, yes, it has. God bless.
But wouldn't you like to have a lot of it so we could have this discussion?
And she's worried that her kids are going to get it all. He's not. I don't see here that she's getting everything and your family isn't.
Oh, no.
I mean? He's just making sure she's getting some as well.
That's not the way I read it. I read it that since there's not a prenup.
He did say, and make sure his now wife, we are to make sure she gets everything. It is,
and that's what I'm saying, Susan. If it's not in the will that she gets everything,
she's not going.
Anonymous, you can do whatever the hell you want.
Ooh, that's sticky. Good luck, honey. I don't know if we helped that one, Kath.
Well, it's hard. Money. All right, do you want to play Moral Quandary? Because I'm tired of talking about money. If I don't have the money, I'm tired of talking about it.
Let's do it.
All right. Here we go.
So we're going to take turns reading
right.
the quandary and giving our thoughts on what we would do. Kathy, you want to start us off?
All right, but Susan, listen. Sometimes you get mixed up on this one. You're going to guess.
Oh, God.
Here we go.
Am I guessing?
You are going to guess what I would do, and then I'm going to guess what you would do.
Oh, I always say
what you would do. Stop making it about you,
it's
Susan.
It's all about me, Kathy. It's all about me.
Okay. All right, here we go. The first one here.
All right, go.
Your close friend's boyfriend tells you he is planning to propose, but your friend just told you they're planning to break up with them. Do you tell? Yeah, really. Do you tell either of them? You don't know why your friend is breaking up with them, but they're going to do it very soon. What do you do?
You know what I would do.
Nope. No, Susan?
I'm not saying what I'm doing. Kathy, I think you would tell them. It's your friend. You wouldn't tell you stay out of it?
Well, wait a minute. My friend, there's a lot of pronouns. There's a lot of pronouns in this question.
Let's read this again.
Well, so what I'm saying is, if it were you and me, and your boyfriend told you that some guy was going to propose to me, and I had just told you I was going to break up with him, would you tell me? I think you would tell me.
Probably.
Kathy,
or I'd tell him, go tell that guy, don't do it.
So who would you tell, me or the guy?
I'd probably tell the guy when he told me.
Oh, I see. I wouldn't. I'd come to you.
Or either of them. Yeah, I would tell you as well, probably. You know.
Oh, see, I guess that you would. I guess that you would tell me. What did you think I would do?
I think you would tell me.
Yeah. I would tell you. I wouldn't go to the guy.
No brainer.
Yeah. Okay.
Who could keep that in and watch it unfold? Like, that's...
Well, you know what's horrible is what she said. They say she's going to do it very soon, but think about it. What if the guy decided to propose tonight to me, and your boyfriend said it was going to be next week, and I'm sitting there and you knew it? Oh no,
boy. All righty. Okay. During a heated argument, your husband admits he had an emotional affair 4 years ago. It was right around the time you were caring for your youngest when they were a newborn. And it was with a coworker that is still on his work team. How do you move forward?
Wait, can I just go back to the last question?
Yeah.
Maybe you shouldn't tell me because I'm going to get the ring. And then I'm going to break it off, but I'm going to keep the ring. Okay. That's a fun area. This one's tough. Okay. I think, what do you think? What do you guess that I would do?
Well, it's not asking us what we would do, though, during a heated
How do
argument.
I move forward? How do you think I would move forward?
Well, I don't know. It was just an emotional one. That would hurt. That would.
What would I do? Not you, Susan.
No.
You don't know how I
would
would
you
move forward?
do? You would not be happy with him at all. I don't think you could do it.
You think I'd divorce him?
No, not divorce, but it would cause a strain, and you would have some issues with it, as anybody would.
I was just going to say, it'll cause a strain. You know what I would do? I would say, thank you for sharing, but the fact that we're having heated arguments and we've got a 4-year-old now. I would say we might need to get some counseling because this is going to be hard for me. An emotional affair can mean
emotional. You had thoughts of somebody else, or you were just sharing and opening up.
I don't know, but Susan, emotional scars are much deeper than physical scars.
They don't heal, honey.
That's right. So I think you would talk to him. But I think I'd have to do like some kind of therapy because there's something wrong in the relationship. I mean, I hate to say it, but, the guy probably wasn't getting enough attention.
Yeah. Well, that's what happens
when they had a newborn.
Newborns.
So, that happens
That's
a lot.
every day. I know.
Right. Come on, guys.
Because mommies are occupied with the baby.
I know.
Daddies don't do what mommies do.
Okay, but
there's
can
a
we
lot
just
of
say,
hands-on dads. I get it. I'm not.
Men, listen up. It's not that we don't love you. It's that we birthed this child. We're feeding this child. We're
responsible for it.
So is Daddy. Daddy's responsible too. But literally, that baby has come from us. And you just got to put on your big boy pants for a little bit while we're figuring out how to be a mom. Because it's new to us. It's new to you. You can't be number one all the time.
So let's just do the opposite of this. They're having a heated argument, and he admits that he had an emotional affair. They're arguing. Is it her that's making him so unhappy and he had nowhere else to go? So
I can't. Did I just hear that out of your mouth?
Yeah.
Did I just hear out of your mouth?
Because that's probably what I say why I do it.
That you blame. No. You just blamed the woman
No,
for a man having an affair.
There's an other side to it.
And the other side, you are going to blows on this with me. A man, I will never, you should never excuse a bad behavior by a man. A woman never makes a man have an affair, physical or emotional. A man chooses to, as does a woman.
Do you not think there's a difference between a physical affair and an emotional affair? Do you think one
that's
is
not
worse
what I'm
than the
arguing
other?
with you. That's not what I'm saying. You said maybe she was this and that, and so he forced him to have an affair.
Argument. Who's causing
you said
the
and
argument?
Forced him to have an affair. A man is never forced to have an
I
affair.
said forced.
Yeah, like he chose to do it because she was being a mean bitch or whatever.
That's not forced. But he had nowhere to go. He needed to talk to somebody. Quite possibly,
Great, go get a therapist.
Preoccupied.
You don't need to be talking to a coworker. Oh, Susan, jeez,
I would have
Louise.
never admitted it ever.
Cheater,
Ever.
cheater,
Ever cheater.
cheater.
Now, not for Richard.
He's your son.
With Sun Country.
My friends at American Building Contractors, ABC.
All right.
All
go.
right. Here's the next one. No, this is why we're both single. Okay. You and your current boyfriend of 6 months run into his ex. The interaction doesn't go well, and you find out that they broke up because your boyfriend was unfaithful during their relationship. How do you proceed? Do you sit down and talk about it to get the full picture, or do you forget about it? Oh, Susan, what you would do? You'd have that guy's ass in a chair so fast, asking him.
Talk to me.
Yeah, you're gonna have the talk.
I want
with
details.
Yeah, she wants details.
I think you would ask the same thing. Like, what is that?
You know
about?
what? I have to say, it
We're
would
curious.
depend how long ago the ex was. If it was, if it was a
20
recent
years.
ex,
Yeah.
yeah,
20
I could care
years.
less. But if it was a recent ex, I might want to sit down. You're right, and talk to him. And I don't know that I would need the full picture, but you said one time on another podcast, once unfaithful, always unfaithful. Once a cheater, always a cheater.
Not necessarily. No, people learn.
Oh no, you said that before.
I don't think I said that.
So men, you would think that a man could cheat and then never cheat again?
Yes, definitely.
Okay, so then you would sit him down
because he learned from it, hopefully. But yeah, I would sit him down. You're right.
You know what I find interesting in these moral quandaries?
Hmm.
It's always the guy having the emotional affair. And we know that's not the truth. We know that women do it too. So those of you out there, we're not man bashing today.
We're not attacking men.
No.
Okay.
All right.
You meet your boyfriend's friends for the first time and realize they all have much livelier and more fun personalities, and they're all significantly more attractive than your boyfriend. It's so obvious that it makes you a little uncomfortable and a little disappointed. Once you two leave the hangout, how do you proceed?
What would I do? What do you think I would do?
Nothing. I think you're fine. You're here with him for a reason, and just because some other ones were more fun, well, the fun part might hurt you, but more attractive. I don't know.
You know what? What I'm reading when I'm reading this.
Yeah.
This girl's not that into him. The other guys are more attractive. They're more fun. She's uncomfortable and disappointed in her boy. Yeah, she clearly. So if this were me, it would be a wake up call. Like, I'm not as into him as I thought I was. These other guys are more appealing. You on the other hand would walk, in my opinion, you would walk away and make the best of the situation and just think, whatever, they're that. This is
but
my
one
guy.
night when he wasn't around, I might go hang out with the other guys.
Oh, so you're going to have the emotional affair. Okay.
Or saying, oh no, I'm there with him. You're going to see nice looking, better looking, more fun people in the world every damn day. You
Yeah, but
chose to be with him, so she's not 100%. Or not. This isn't a question. This is
No,
just
it's not a question, but
Right.
exactly. But I'm just saying, for me, that would be a wake up call to me. Like, oh,
Yeah.
not as invested as I
Am
thought
I
I
not
was.
100% in? Yeah, it is.
All right, here's our last one.
Okie doke.
You overhear your mother-in-law talking to her affair partner on the phone, confirming she's going to file for divorce at the end of the month. When she sees you and realizes you overheard, she begs you not to say anything to your husband because she wants to tell him in a few weeks once the process has started. Do you tell him anyways or honor her wishes? Susan Knowles would beat a track to her husband to tell him. Am I right?
It's my mother-in-law.
I just said, you would not tell her?
Definitely
Tell your husband?
No. She begged me not to say anything. No. I am not getting in the middle of that.
Okay,
Hell no.
what would I do?
It's your mother-in-law. Well, you weren't crazy about your mother-in-law.
Forget.
She wasn't crazy about you.
You know what? I had sister-in-laws.
You keep it to yourself.
I had
We mind your
sister-in-laws that
own
were
business.
troubled. My husband, I swear to God, was hatched from somewhere else because he really was not anything like his sisters. I'm just there to tell you.
You're
Okay.
going to mind your own business.
No, I'm going to tell my husband because I married
Not your
him.
husband.
Yes.
Realize I overheard. She begs you not to say anything to your husband. I beg your pardon. I heard it as her husband.
Oh,
Your
hell
father-in-law.
no.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
hell no.
Okay. Yeah, I'd tell my husband.
I thought so. When you said you wouldn't, I was like, "What?" Yeah, and
I'm sorry.
you're right. I would tell my husband if you didn't say it. I'm saying it for you. That's the meaning of a relationship of a husband. You share everything with them, unless it's you and me, and then we share everything because we don't have husbands.
Whoa, that was a lot.
That really was a lot. Okay, well, that's it for this episode. Thank you all so much for writing in. And if you have questions for us, submit them now. Just go to Bachelor
Just
Happy
hold
Hour.
on. I'm sorry, Kathy. Can I interrupt for a second?
Yeah.
There is one more.
Where is it?
I have one. So how about if I just read this, okay?
Wait.
I actually have another one for us.
Is it on here?
Work with me.
Okay.
Hi, Kathy and Susan. This question is mainly for Kathy. For the moment, as she has mentioned on previous podcasts, that no one has taken her up on asking her for a date. But Papa Lou, as you're known by Kiki, by your youngsters, wouldn't mind telling the world that I'd like to at least try. Oh my God. I'll be 69 in September, and I am a widower since January 23. My wife and I were married for 43 wonderful years and had no children except for 2 wonderful pups, of which one passed of old age at 17 and a half years ago. Last year as well. And I still have one Schnauzer mix that's 12 and a half years young. I'd be happy to send current photos. And yes, they're all untouched. It's really me. I've slowly gotten back into the dating a little, but I'm truly rusty at this, but feel confident enough to get back into this. Oh my God. Hugs are a big thing. As I grew up with my parents doing that for me, I have goosebumps.
Oh my God, so do I.
I am a pianist. Organist for 2 churches with attendance most times between 8 and 20 people in a small town east of where I live and a third one 50 miles away. I own my home outright with no debt, but it's just too big for one person. I'm a huge fan of Barry Manilow and the Letterman Trio singing group, and I even co-composed the score for an Osage ballet from 12 years ago, but not limited to that. Who knows? I mean, I might even know your favorite songs and play them for you and your family. I've already accepted an invitation from someone else. You may gently tell me to zip it, LOL. And let your sorority sisters from the original Golden Bachelor know about me. You too, Susan. Blessings to you both, and thanks for reading and listening. Papa Lou, everything you have Red here is true. No lies here. Don't have time for that. Oh my goodness, Kathy. You just got asked out. Papa Lou, you didn't send your number.
Papa Lou. So I'd love to hear from you. Love to have you send the pictures. Love to talk with you. I had no idea this was happening. I feel like I just walked into a surprise party.
Did you see her trying to say, wait, where's mine? I don't know.
Well, I'm looking. I'm like, I don't have this.
Surprise.
Oh, Susan, I'm going to get you for this. Yeah, Papa Lou, I don't know anything about you other than what you said, but I love Barry Manilow. My
Kathy,
3 kids play piano.
Everywhere.
Where does he live?
He doesn't say.
Papa Lou.
Talk to us.
Papa Lou, reach back out.
Wait, when is this airing? So you're not waiting too long. Oh, Papa Lou, you are adorable. Like
you're so. And
you
first,
got
can
a
I
10
just say,
so far for your approach.
Really, I'll give you a 10. He was married 43 years, so he definitely knows about love.
Yes.
And can I tell you, Papa Lou, I also had a terrier schnauzer for years and had to put her down when she was 15.
Oh, very similar.
I mean, you got to have, okay, well,
I want to run with this. I got to know.
No, you're not running with it, Susan. He reached out to me in case you, let's start over here.
And you too, Susan.
You know what?
That's
he could
awesome.
Wait
That
a minute.
is awesome.
He could DM me on Instagram.
There you go, Papa Lou. When you're listening, that's the first step.
How does he find my Instagram?
And I'll make sure she checks them every day.
What is my Instagram? KB Swartz? I think it is. KB Swartz.
Kathy. Oh my goodness, that's so exciting.
It's so exciting. It's like I feel like I just won a lottery ticket.
Kathy, there's hope.
There's always hope. Papa Lou, I love that. Okay, I'm very interested to talk with you, Papa Lou. I really am. So thank you for reaching out. Reach out to me on Instagram, and I would love to chat with you. That is, and you know what? Thank you. It takes a lot of courage to do that. So thank you for reaching out, and I can't wait to talk with you.
Wow. Yeah,
okay.
Kathy.
Well, that definitely does it for another episode.
Ooh, you're going to need a drink after this one.
I know. Thank you all so much for writing in, particularly you, Papa Lou. And if you have questions for us, please submit them now. Just go to bachelorhappyhour.com/golden hour and ask away. You know, Papa Lou did it. You guys can do it too. Send us your questions, your comments, your reviews, your dating invitations. We're open to it all. And make sure you subscribe to our podcast. We have new episodes on Wednesdays and Fridays with some really fun guests coming up that you won't want to miss. Maybe you, Papa Lou.
Yes, Papa Lou. Listen to Bachelor Happy Hour's Golden Hour on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you listen to your podcast. And we'll see you next time. And Papa Lou, you're the best.
The best. Take care, guys. Bye.